So, Austria happened, and my goodness is the hype for Silverstone there, and I'm betting right now this will be the second best race this season following Canada. And I say this because if you saw my video about what makes a good F1 race, we have a perfect track that is also overtake friendly, and lots of drama from last weekend, and who knows what the weather can be like for this week's race. So, all the cards are in for a monumental race, so we just have to hope that the grid is close together with no alpha car in the lead. So, let's look at the weekend preview for the 2024 British Grand Prix, and let's make some spicy predictions for this weekend's race. So as always, let's start with the speculated team upgrades and let's get straight to the big boys. And the first team that is rumored to bring upgrades is Red Bull, since it's been hinted at that a new upgrade package is bound for Silverstone, and these could be mostly track specific parts, but they could be something much more bigger since the team is based closely to Silverstone, and considering how everyone is mildly closing in, I imagine they want to keep a nice distance ahead. Next up is Ferrari, and this is going to be their last package for a while potentially, since the upgrades in Spain and Austria were part of a much larger package that was supposed to all come in Silverstone, but they chose to rush these parts so there could be upgrades at all three races in the triple header, and that went about as good as you could think. Next up is Mercedes, since they stated that upgrades would come for all races in the triple header, and it should be mentioned by the way, that upgrades don't necessarily mean car parts. Sometimes a team upgrades other parts than the car, such as staffing or equipment. So yeah, let's see if they bring in car parts or if they're just playing the media game once again. But considering Toto's language recently with him stating that crucial updates will need to come soon, I think car parts are a given for this race. Now for the other teams, and from my understanding, Haas are set to bring some big upgrades to their car, and we could see another brilliant result from them this weekend, since the team will probably be full of confidence after that amazing double points finish of P6 and P8, so I say let's keep an eye on them. Now, moving on to the drama, and yeah, we gotta talk about what happened last Sunday. In case you were dumb, Max Verstappen and Lando Norris collided, and this has sent the F1 community in shambles. Now personally, I feel like Max and Lando would have talked about it like the mature grown men that they are. However, the F1 community and the whining babies they are have been talking non-stop about it, and you know what? I'm gonna say it. This is what F1 needs right now. This sort of discussion marks the beginning of real racing returning to F1, and I'm all for it. Personally, I feel both are equally at fault, since Lando did not move as he saw the Red Bull slowly come to his path. However, Max should not have moved like that in the first place. It was clear the two of them were desperate and the crash was inevitable, and I don't really get the Max or Lando fans blaming each other for it, since at least with the Lewis and Max crashes, there was valid arguments from both sides, but this one? It seems clear both were desperate and both were sloppy, and it resulted in an accident that didn't need to happen at all. Next we have what really isn't a drama story, but rather a discussion I feel like we should have as Formula 1 fans, and that is the state of Fernando Alonso. Alonso is my favorite Formula 1 driver of all time, since his rapid pace and his ability to fight no matter what is what made him my favorite, but his time may truly be up. Now, it should be mentioned that the state of the Aston Martin car is really horrible, and any result in the points is a good result for them at this point, but I don't want to talk about the results. I want to talk about his actual driving. He is making more mistakes, and I don't mean simple spins or lockups, I mean defending mistakes, as in, he's not defending at all. It's like he's channeling his inner Bottas and simply just not defending. This is not the Fernando Alonso I know. The Alonso I know is the guy who fought Lewis Hamilton in a 2017 McLaren and in a 2021 Alpine. Now I get there was more context to those fights, but my point is, it looks like Alonso's spark has just gone out with all the incidents in the sessions and the unmotivated driving, and that's why I feel like Alonso's time in F1 may come to a close very soon. Or maybe we're overreacting, it's just this car is simply that bad and he can't adapt his driving style and there's really nothing more to it. Now for a more positive story, and that is that Franco Colapinto is getting his FP1 debut with Williams this weekend, and there's really nothing to say to this since he's still a rookie, and yes, he's debuting well in F2, so did Logan, and we saw how that turned out, but maybe I'm too negative again. But enough drama talk, and let's now get into the juicy bit, and that is my predictions for this upcoming race at Silverstone. Like always, 3 things will get predicted: the top 5 in the quali, the top 5 in the race, and a completely random prediction from any session. It should also be stated that these predictions are based on nothing but pure vibes, so bear with me. So first up, we have the quali predictions, and for that, I predict in 5th will be Lewis Hamilton, in 4th will be Charles Leclerc, in 3rd will be Lando Norris, in 2nd will be George Russell, and for pole position I have Max Verstappen. Now onto the race predictions, and in 5th will be Charles Leclerc, in 4th will be George Russell, in 3rd will be Lewis Hamilton, in 2nd will be Max Verstappen, and the winner of the British Grand Prix will be Lando Norris, driving off of pure hatred. Now for my completely random prediction, and I have that during qualifying, and bear with me, this is very specific, but at the final chicane, Piastri will get impeded by Sainz, which will ruin a pole position-esque time. And that is the weekend preview for the 2024 British Grand Prix, as well as my predictions for the quali and the race. I am very hyped for this race, and I'm sure we all are as well, so let's see if the weekend can live up to its hype and deliver a classic. So to reiterate, we can expect some upgrades from some teams, some minor, some major, and the drama from last weekend will almost certainly spill over into this weekend, so we should be wary especially of a certain 2. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing since that would greatly help me, and let me know in the comments what your predictions are, and as always, have an amazing day.
Good weather for the duck.